I think a lot of us saw it coming. Seven being, most probably the last season. So it didn't come too much of a surprise to me. I was a little sad. I try not to think about it because the more I think about it, the more real it becomes. But I'm just trying to make the most of my time on set with the crew, with our cast.
I was like, between that and the Brooke Hogan a drag, I am totally set.
Well, the David Zaslav bloodbath continues, and it's taken another 2 hits on there. We're seeing that they are, and we have another video coming out on this. I think their fall schedule is going to be very light. Even though they're going to have some new content, new programs, a couple of new shows they're going to have on there, but their fall is going to be very light. Now the question is, will they be sold to Nexstar? It's hard to say. But what we can say now, Riverdale is canceled at this point. It is canceled. There's another show has been canceled, but it will end at season 7. Now, for those of you who keep repeating this, they didn't cancel, the show ended. No, the show's canceled. Whether it's successful or not, a network can choose to stop a show. That is called a cancellation, and you have to understand that. From the beginning of the television era to the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, network television, if the show did not do well, they got cut off immediately. In other words, they could be 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes in and still get canceled. These days, a lot of the studio chiefs look at, trying not to piss off the viewers that they've had by literally just letting the show end at certain points. In other words, getting its full run and allowing it to just finish off to whatever last episode, or if they're in production, let them finish the production and finalize the whole thing. And you look at the perspective that it's just you finish it off, and that's. I mean, when you look at, like, say, for example, I'll give you an example of the series. Babylon 5. Babylon 5 went 5 seasons. Now the way Zazinski wrote it, he meant it to write it for 5 seasons, but it did get a cancellation, even though they ended the show really nicely. It was a cancellation. Shows get canceled. Now, in this case, and let's go into Riverdale. Riverdale itself started out good and ended really bad in this last season. I'm going to read a little bit off of Deadline. The Archie comic series, developed and executive produced by Roberto Arguera Sancasa, is ending with its 7th season, which it debuted in mid-season. It is the latest series to end at the CW after network canceled series, including Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, Naomi, Legacies, Dynasties, Charm, Roswell, New Mexico, In the Dark, and the 4400. Following the announcement of Riverdale's upcoming departure, the CW boss, Mark Pedowitz, and I expect him to get fired very soon, on Thursday morning says he thinks 7 years is the right amount. I'm a big believer of giving series a long run and an appropriate send-off. We've had a long conversation with Roberto yesterday, and he's thrilled with the decision. Pedowitz says we're going to treat the show in the manner it deserves. It has been an iconic pop culture star, and we want to make sure it goes out right. Now, the thing is, like I said, this series started out strong. It was at about 1 million to 2 million viewers for about 2 seasons. As soon as it got to the 3rd, it started to drop in viewership. 4th and 5th seasons, he was getting into that territory. Now, you look at this past season with 14 episodes. It started out with a 0.334. It was down, a demo change to 20% at 0.11. It finished with a 0.04, 0.19, less than 200,000 viewers. That's nothing. That's literally, when they give you a 0.4, that is literally a pity view. in the business. That's what they used to call years ago. When I was just starting in the business, it's a pity view. Anything from 1 to 4, from 0.01 to 0.05 was literally pity views because they know nobody was watching this series. Very few people. They lost their demo heavy. Even though there was some young people watching, but their 18 to 49 demo was already gone from this series. And you may say to yourself, well, they're streaming on there. Believe me, people who are fans of a show will stick on there. The Sabrina series, my wife got through 3 seasons of the Sabrina series, which is the spinoff, which was over at Netflix. And she didn't binge it. She watched it episode to episode. She went week to week. So it took her some time on there. She did not make it to season 4 because the series dropped off. It wasn't what she anticipated from the first season and down to the last season. So she just dropped it at season 3. This is what's on the CW. These are the shows they keep producing, whether it's the stuff on the Arrowverse like Naomi, or basically the Legacy show, Riverdale, the 4400. These are all shows that just, I mean, my wife is the one who termed first one to term the CW people. And when she says a show, it's the CW people, it's meaning there are shows that are similar to the CW, because there are shows out there that even on network TV are similar. They're doing as crappy as what you would think. And the thing is, I'm sorry, I know I'm going to anger some people out there. Riverdale was not a great show. They could have done better with Riverdale. They want to sneak it in. There's plenty of ways they could have handled this. And same thing with the Sabrina series. But they didn't go in that direction. They went more toward, this Gen Z type TV series, and it doesn't work. It hasn't worked across the board. They tried it with Dynasty. Look how bad the new Dynasty series. And I said this before. They were not going to hit it. The lightning was not going to strike twice with the Dynasty TV series. I had someone in the comments line in BitChute that said, really, they made a remake of the 4400? I didn't even like the first one on there. They really tried to do it again? I mean, he put a laughter mark on there because basically it was a joke. To have a series, a lackluster original series, which was an okay concept, what you got out of this is a woke, racism, every checkmark activism TV series that you could come. And nobody wanted to watch this series. Nobody was watching the 4400. Look at all the advertisement for it. They focused on all the black characters on about pretty much all the advertisement. There were other characters other than these characters on this TV series, but yet they wanted to focus on them. Go back to Stargirl, what I talked about with one of the characters saying, well, the main villain was racist. No, the main villain wasn't racist. He was an evil creature from an alternate universe that was tempting you, that was trying to poison your mind. He used racism to poison your mind. He wasn't a racist villain. He just used that as a tool to poison you against everybody else. See, that's the things. People just keep throwing these ideologies and everything like that. And this is why series like these get knocked out of the box. This is why we have these issues, why we have these problems with these TV series. So, R.I.P. Riverdale. Adios. Goodbye. So long. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.